Okay, the third video of 3 concerning this tree. Note the label. Labels are very helpful. I'm not likely to forget this, and if I do, I can always look myself up on YouTube. And anyway, so this is a tree called Tremlets, but it's a cider apple. I've got more than I want of this particular variety. I was very keen, as a result of discussions with my friends on the web, that I was very keen to try and grow this variety called Somerset Red Streak. Somebody kindly sent me some, so I'll give him a shout out, but I forget the name of the dear friend. I'm terrible with names and I have an awful lot going on. Anyway, just a little bit about the wax. I'm often asked what wax to use. It's this is 10x wax. It's very nice stuff. It's really quite solid, and ideally you should warm this. You can stand it in a pot of hot water, you can brush it on, but usually I don't do that. What I generally do is I rather like cold hard butter from the fridge. Using the blunt knife I apply it with, I sort of just mash it up a bit, and it's useful with cleft grafts, and with rind grafts, which is what I've done here. It's very useful, sort of filling in gaps, making sure you don't get it between the scion and the stock. Live wood that needs to marry together, because that wouldn't do at all, and it's a good thing. This is another point. It's useful to seal off the tips where these have been cut, because these this scion wood, it's been in my refrigerator for about 6 or 8 weeks now, quite some time. I've already done this. Well, I'll just show you what I mean. And the end of it is a little bit dead. It's dying from the end backwards. So I cut into this, and the last sort of 1.5 centimetres or so was a little bit dead, no real life in it. And so you cut back to live wood and do an upward facing. But anyway, so I've done that. This is we call a nurse branch. Opinions vary on how important it is, but when you're taking quite radical cuts like this, you can see this is the wood I've cut out. Great big pieces of wood. I've cut out about 2/3 of this tree. I'm hoping to get a really aggressive growth here. Oh, by the way, thanks to Tom from Costa Mesa, California, who sent me this this material, which I've tried for the first time, and it seems to hold quite well. Time will tell whether it works or not. I'm putting my trust in you, Tom. And anyway, so we'll see later in the year, hopefully, how well that goes. But walking towards my neighbour's menagerie of all kinds of animals, here's one I prepared earlier, as the TV chefs say. And this also was a cider apple tree. I think this was Tremlets. I'm not absolutely certain. It may have been another variety that I had more than I needed of, and I've grafted in a different variety, which my friend Andrew Lee kindly sent me. And this is Broxwood Foxwhelp, which I grafted in. You can see that there is a cleft graft, so is that, and here's a double rind graft. There's another cleft, and they've grown away well. And this tree may very well give us a little bit of fruit this year. In fact, there's a fruit bud, and there's another fruit bud. I am probably not going to allow it to fruit this year, because obviously if this carries 1 or 2 kilograms of fruit, there's a bit more pressure on here, and I'd rather this this little graft union had another year or 2 to grow away. There's the pencil of wood. You can see I've just grafted in some pencils of wood. You can see between that finger there and that finger there, there's a pencil of wood, and here's another. There's the join between the two, and that's the growth that was made last year. So it's 1 year since this was made. By the way, there's a little bit of dead wood. There's a little dead stump. This was pruned to an outward, or cut to an outward facing bud, but it's just died back. Remember what I was saying a minute ago, at the end of your graft wood may dry out and die. Do check that out and cut back to live wood. That'll need to be snicked out with secateurs. As you can see, it doesn't really matter. Anyway, so that's about that. While we're here though, just for the sake of argument, I'm just going to say hello to some of the fine beasts in my neighbour's garden. through the wire. Over the wire, I don't know if you can see, there's a big bronze turkey there. Or is it a Norfolk black? I can't remember. Splendid beast. And a number of hens. There's a goat over that way as well, and some geese. They don't eat any of them. They just keep them for the pleasure of keeping them. If we lived here, we'd keep them for meat and eggs. Anyway, it's springtime.